From the golden richness of nature to the exquisite creativity of industry, which is the king in the world of fat? Let's find out now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's culinary science exploration. We are faced with two familiar ingredients that represent two completely different worlds. Look at this golden, pure block of butter. It's not just food, it symbolizes the richness and abundance bestowed by nature. In contrast, the smooth, white block of margarine offers a different kind of beauty. The beauty of modern, sophisticated industrial creation. The difference begins with the very first touch. When a sharp knife gently glides through animal butter, it reveals a smooth, creamy texture, an irresistible, original appeal. Meanwhile, the same knife, when cutting through margarine, reveals an astonishingly uniform structure, proof of its meticulous processing and careful attention to detail. The real magic happens when the temperature starts to intervene. Watch a small cube of butter melt on a hot pan. It doesn't just melt, it begins to transform its flavor, creating an irresistible aroma. Margarine also melts, but in its own way, reflecting its unique chemical structure. The liquid animal butter gradually turns amber, gently bubbling and spreading a captivating aroma throughout the kitchen. In contrast, margarine melts steadily, maintaining a more stable color, creating a distinctly different visual transformation. But to understand their true nature, we need to delve deeper than what the naked eye can see. Delving into the molecular world, we discover the complex structure of saturated fats that give butter its firmness. Meanwhile, the molecular structure of margarine reveals characteristic chains of unsaturated fats, giving it its unique properties. This structural difference stems from their historical origins. Historical images take us back to the artisanal butter-making process, the beginning of a long-standing tradition linked to agriculture. In contrast to that rustic simplicity is the industrial production line for margarine, marking a leap forward in the modern era. While the slow-rotating traditional butter-making mill evokes memories of bygone days, the complex industrial machinery accurately replicates the early process of hydrogenating margarine. We also see a change in how they appear on the market. Imagine a bustling 19th century market where butter was the staple item, elegantly packaged to convey its premium value. Then times changed, and the first advertisements for margarine appeared, presenting it as an economical and affordable option for every family. Now, let's bring that historical and molecular knowledge into the lab of flavor. When a golden butter melts on a hot steak, it creates a glossy, rich glaze that elevates the dish. Margarine also melts on steak, but the coating it creates is different, less glossy than its natural counterpart. This difference becomes even clearer when we observe their reaction to water and heat. A drop of water falling onto hot butter evaporates quickly, creating a dramatic sizzling sound. But the same drop of water on hot margarine produces a much less dramatic reaction, a clear physical difference. This explains why butter produces a delicious brown butter when used in sauces, while margarine cannot achieve the same flavor effect. From a scientific perspective, when butter molecules react with heat, they vibrate intensely and gradually break down into free fatty acids, releasing their flavor. Conversely, margarine molecules interact with heat in a different way, exhibiting a stable breakdown process but lacking the richness of aroma. Experiments comparing smoke points, we also carefully observed the difference in heat resistance of these two types of fats. Leave the lab and step into a minimalist kitchen, flooded with natural light, where preparations for a peaceful baking session are made. This is where the physical properties of butter and margarine are most clearly demonstrated. When cold butter is added to flour, it creates a light white cloud like snowflakes, ready for kneading. The butter is mixed in, forming a light, airy mixture, promising delicious cakes. Margarine is also added to the flour, but its interaction creates a completely different texture. When mixed in, margarine creates a mixture with a more uniform structure, but lacks the natural lightness and fluffiness. What is the end result? A croissant made with butter will be golden, crispy, glistening with melted butter, and subtly smoky, utterly captivating. Meanwhile, a croissant made with margarine will have a lighter appearance, with a distinct crispness but lacking the shine. This difference is also evident when making cookies. Butter cookies are golden and crisp, while margarine cookies are usually paler and harder. Even in simple dishes like toast, soft butter melts gently and spreads evenly, while margarine feels smoother and more creamy when spread. When whipped, butter transforms from a solid to a wonderfully light and fluffy cream texture, while margarine, when whipped, shows more stability but a different texture. More than just flavor, the story of butter and margarine is also a story about health. In the laboratory, butter samples are carefully placed into a spectrometer for in-depth analysis, and margarine samples are also brought in for scientific comparison. The 3D graphs illustrate the nutritional value of butter, focusing on natural fats and essential vitamins. In contrast, the nutritional profile of margarine shows the types of fats and vitamins added artificially. We cannot ignore the issue of trans fats. The 3D animation shows that the formation of trans fats through hydrogenation is a complex and controversial transformation. Medical history also records shifts in understanding. From 20th century physicians advising on diets with initial health concerns, to historical laboratories where scientists diligently studied fats using classical instruments. Ancient medical texts with diagrams of the circulatory system provided the initial theories, and then food labels and dietary guidelines developed over the decades reflected the changes brought about by modern science. Today, we understand their impact better. Deanimations of healthy cells with flexible membranes contrast sharply with the rigid cell membranes affected by unhealthy fats. We also see the impact of fats on the cardiovascular system through images of blood flow. The digestive processes are also different. The body absorbs fat from butter through natural mechanisms, while the digestion of margarine follows distinct metabolic pathways. Ultimately, whether it's butter or margarine, each has its own unique beauty. The shimmering crystalline structure of butter under light evokes a natural and pure beauty. Conversely, the uniform structure of margarine reflects light evenly, representing sophisticated and modern processing. On a split screen, one side showcases the golden hues of tradition, while the other displays the health and convenience elements in blue. Dishes continuously shift between these two versions, reflecting the rich diversity in the culinary world. A beautifully presented, vibrant golden dish beckons you. The final question mark glows softly before fading, leaving space for your own deep reflection. Thank you for joining us in analyzing the fascinating battle between butter and margarine. We hope this scientific and historical information will help you make the best choice for your kitchen. Are you on team natural butter or vegetable butter? Leave your opinion in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue exploring the scientific mysteries behind everyday foods. Bye and see you again.